Dissect DJs.
Dissect DJ.
You must understand, the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl, opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Tina!
My girl Tina.
Gotta bring Tina. And also, we gotta bring the Dissect DJs in the building. What's going on, everybody? What up, Steve?
Because we are the DJs who like to spin it, mix it, throw it back, and dissect it.
Woo!
And we're back with episode 101. And our main girl, Tina Turner. May she rest in peace. We lost a legend, Justin.
We did, and we wanted to go through one of her legendary songs. We were like, should we do a discography? Discography? Go through the whole thing, or should we just focus on one? And this time we decided to focus on one because both of us had this confusion as to what this song actually means.
What does love have to do with it?
I mean, I feel like it has to do with everything.
And why is she asking that question? It's one of those songs that I grew up with, and I know you did too.
Yeah.
And
my mom used to sing it.
Oh yeah. I feel like anybody.
But she had like a pain behind it, my mom. Like, maybe because my dad divorced.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. We went right there.
Keep it going. All
right. I'm going to cover. I feel like anybody that grew up in the 90s, mom was playing this at some point. And I just grew up with it being like a song that I listened to, and it made sense because I was a kid, and I never really thought about it. But as I got older, I have thought about like what this song means, but I never really like deeply
dissected it,
and that's what we're here to do today. We're gonna dissect Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? Produced in 1984 by Terry Britton and Tina Turner.
When I was born. Okay.
There you go.
I knew something was I liked about this one.
Mm-hmm. Everything great comes out in 1984. Michael Jordan got drafted to the Bulls. That's all I got. Justin was born. And Tina Turner, she released What's Love Got to Do With It? And that's all we really need here. Dissect DJs. So
you must understand how the touch of your hand makes me pulse react. Okay,
so those last words were actually makes my pulse react.
Yeah, I mean, I was just singing. I was trying to karaoke through.
I know, but you misspoke like two words.
Let me try it again.
And
you must understand how the touch of your hand makes my pulse react.
Woo! I feel it. Right away.
Does feel it. I feel it. Like there's something about just the simple touch of this, either man, and it doesn't actually state that, person makes the pulse react. Like makes you start to sweat, makes your heart beat harder than it should. Immediate out of the gate, it's like a powerful little line there. Like, okay,
it is, because
I want to know more about this.
It's simple but effective. It's minor touching. But you feel the pulse immediately be like, oh, that's not just minor touching to me. That's like you touching my hand means something to me.
Yeah. And we find out right away that it is a boy because she goes in, that it's only the thrill of a boy meeting girl. Opposites attract.
Just in case Justin's the lyric king was confusing for anybody to follow. That it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl. Opposites attract. And I got a stance on that last thing. I've been hearing my whole life that opposites attract.
We went over this actually in episode.
Have we? Well, you'd have to follow that up because I don't actually remember what it is. I believe we have.
Paula Abdul.
Over 100 episodes. Oh, that's right. Opposites attract. Yeah.
Do you take 2 steps forward? I take 2. You like to smoke? But whatever it is, or she likes to smoke and she doesn't. I was always like, that episode we both go like, if she likes to smoke and he doesn't smoke, that their relationship is not.
That was
work.
Just one of like 20 things.
But yeah, we agree. Go ahead and get into it about this opposite attract, because it was a while ago, and restate that this is bullshit.
I think opposites may attract. Opposites don't stay together. Sooner or later, these opposites are going to come head to head.
Especially if they're complete opposites. Like, it's just too much that...
There's so many things. In that song, I remember it was like, one of them likes to get up early and go to bed, and the other one stays up all night and stuff. And it was just stuff. It was all these things where it was just like... Eventually, these things are going to come to head.
There's no chance they work out.
You're not going to actually be able to maintain, and it might be based off crazy physical chemistry, and that actually leads into the next line, which is literally, it's physical.
It's physical.
Only logical.
Only logical.
And I think those two lines completely combat each other. It's like, okay, it may be physical, it's not logical. What do you mean it's only logical?
Yeah,
it's the opposite of logical. It's just physical. It's physical right now. It's not logical.
As short as those two lines were, it's very confusing. It's physical, only logical. She just said it's physical. How is it only logical if you just said it's physical a line before? This is where my brain starts to explode.
That's what we're here for, though. It's like when your brain explodes, we grab all the compartments and we put them together, and we're like, let me formulate this puzzle and dissect this motherfucker.
That's right. And then the last line before she gets into the fantastic that we all know, right? Mm-hmm. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Now, what means more than that? It means
it
more.
Felt like an unfinished sentence. Did it to
we
you?
Still got a lot of song to go, but
so
far I got a man touches her, makes her heart react. Mm-hmm. She explains that it is a boy and a girl, and that's opposite because they're boys and girls. It's physical, only logical, which doesn't make sense. And then you must try to ignore that it means more than that, which it means more than nothing because you haven't made any sense yet. All right, Tina, you're losing me.
Wait a second.
I got to be honest, Tina. I know you can't back yourself up right now, and I get that, but you're losing me here.
I don't really understand why you must need to ignore that it means more than that. I feel like often in these kind of situations, you might say you can't ignore that it means more than that.
No chance.
Why are you? Why must they ignore that it means more than that? I feel like if this is a thing.
If anything, you take it in, and you.
I'm actually immediately feeling like the actual meaning of this song is more confusing than I thought, because then of course she goes into the epic. What's love got to do with it?
So what's love but a secondhand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?
Lots of reasons.
4 questions back to back. And what's love got to do with it? Usually, most things. What's love but a secondhand emotion? I guess. I mean, what other?
It feels like she's really trying to downplay what love is in the song.
Yeah, she's just trying to. Is she just trying to bang?
It kind of feels like that. It actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it feels like she is really trying to be like, don't catch feelings.
Yeah, so she's just trying to get out there, do her thing, and not actually catch feelings.
So maybe she's trying to really follow on that whole opposites attract thing. And that's why it's only logical, because it's physical. Okay, maybe, all right, let's piece this together as we go along and climb up the ladder. All right, so it's physical, and it's only logical that you must try to ignore that it doesn't mean, but then she says it means more than that. Damn it, Tina.
Oh, you almost had it. I was with you, and then she switched it on you.
Trying to ignore the bitch.
And then she asked multiple times, what's love got to do with secondhand emotion? What's love got to do? Who needs a heart when it can be broken? I feel like we're on the track here of she's out there, she doesn't want to catch feelings, and that's okay.
I'm raising my hand.
Go ahead.
I need a heart to pump oxygen into the rest of my body. I need it to connect to my arteries and my veins. Also, probably the most important organ of the body, if we're looking at it from a biological standpoint alone.
Or a logical standpoint.
Oh, what's that?
You're doing it right now.
Okay, well,
you're going very logical with the heart thing. Like, this is good. This is how I like to think about things.
Right. Okay.
Like not only is a heart about love and all these things, but let's talk about the literal heart. Who needs a heart? Everybody needs a heart.
I absolutely need my heart. I'm trying to take this from you, Tina. Sure, it can be broken. Let me tell you, metaphorically.
Anybody that's living, okay? If you are living, it is absolutely vital.
I know
that you have vital signs.
Are you trying to tell me that just because like a girl can make me upset for a couple weeks and make me feel like devastated that I don't need the main organ that pumps blood and oxygen all throughout my body. I disagree, Tina. I disagree hardcore. I actually need that organ very much.
We might need to listen to more of what Tina has to say, just to because as of right now.
No, I'm out. This episode is over. I've already decided I need my heart for both oxygen reasons and love reasons. Just because he would be good. I feel like John Cusack can say anything. He says, you know what? Maybe I want to get hurt. Maybe I want to. They're like, oh, no, you're going to get hurt. You know what? Maybe I'm ready to get hurt. I don't know. That's part of the game. That's part of life. That's how it goes. That's how the dice rolls. All right? You have that heart because it makes you feel emotion. It makes you feel love. It makes you feel things. And not just love. And not just love. But also pride in your work. Pride in your everyday living. Pride in your health. Pride in your ability to go to the gym and be like, that was dope. I got a great workout. Pride in your ability to make shit happen. Now it comes from right here.
Can I just tell you something? You inspired me. I don't even know what the hell you just said.
That's what I'm here to do.
But I'm inspired. Let's finish what Tina had to say. I got to hear the rest of this because at this point, we got a different understanding.
I need a heart, Tina.
You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? It may seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I read it someplace. I've got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?
Searching for. All right, wait a minute, dude. Okay, before we get into the, where she breaks it down, because I could sing this whole song, even though I had no idea what it means, and she just confused the shit out of me with this next line.
Tina continues to.
Man, this song didn't make. I thought I actually had no idea what the song meant. I just thought I knew, like, what's love got to do with it?
It's a complicated orchestra.
I don't know. I honestly never thought deeper into it, but here she goes. It may seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I've read in some place, I've got cause to be. What is she going here?
This feels like she's taking her past relationship experience out on this new person. And maybe he's a perfect guy. Maybe he's doing everything right. And maybe she's like looking like around like, no, this isn't right. This doesn't feel like.
And the way you break things down, Castle, you're right next to genius.
All right, settle down. So she's acting. I'm imagining this playing out right now. I'm imagining, okay, I'm the guy next that Tina's talking to right here, and she's like, I'm acting confused. Like maybe I'm being the perfect guy. I'm doing all the right things, I'm opening her doors for her. I'm making great plans.
Yeah.
I'm taking her extravagant events. Yeah. All the things that she might want. And then and she keeps like acting. She's telling me that it may seem like I'm acting confused. And if she's telling me that, she's damn sure acting confused. If she's aware of it, she knows she's doing it, right? I tend to look dazed. She knows she's looking dazed. She's looking like around like, oh, this is weird. And by the way, I'm overlooking all of this because if you're noticing it, I'm noticing it. And I'm just going to keep rolling with it because I'm like, all right, she's acting a little weird even though I'm like kind of doing everything perfect right now. I don't know what that's about, but I'm just going to keep going about me, right?
Yeah. I'm a little dazed and confused at this point Because
Tina's a little dazing and confusing right now.
Because Tina is just talking. Okay, so what you're basically saying is the gist of what I've gotten so far from this is that she's meeting a new guy. She's getting excited from the new relationship. However, she's coming from a past relationship that sucks. However, this new relationship is physical, but it's not logical, and she wants to do it, but she doesn't want to put all her feelings into it because she's afraid of getting hurt from when she did it before. And that's why she's got cause to be scared and a little dazed and worried.
I think that's the crux of it. I think this is all just like her letting a past relationship and a past experience dictate her entire moving forward. And she might be dealing with a perfect guy, but she's unable to appreciate it because she's like so ready for things to go wrong.
Gotcha.
And like things to like not be right that she's just on the defense. And she's walking around looking like dazed. And she's like, I don't understand. Like, when are you going to do the thing where you, like, grab my arm? You tell me, like, hey, you fucking stand closer to me when we walk through public. You know, like, do something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to read between the lines, Tina, okay? I'm dissecting right here. I'm dissecting. And
there's a name for it. There's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me.
All right. I actually had a question about that because my lyrics have that too, but I didn't hear that. It says pre-chorus 2. Did you hear it?
Yeah,
I was listening for it and I didn't hear that. I don't know
what
what version.
There's a name for it. There's a phrase for it.
Yeah.
Did
you hear that part?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, maybe.
We can go back and hear it if you want.
Man. All right, play that part right now.
Got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Oh, what's love?
Take it down, Tommy.
Sorry. We all think we could sing it, you know? Like, we all get in our car.
Talking about the levels, man.
What's love but a second-hand emotion?
Pretty good. You do a pretty good Tina. I just don't like it when you make the levels jump through my headphones.
I apologize.
That first one was a little bit harsh.
I got hype and excited.
Understandable. We're listening to Tina Turner.
She makes you want to scream and shout and scream, what's love got to do with it? So I think we got a good understanding. I think
I'm getting there.
I feel
like
lines.
This is actually one of those songs where I'm really piecing the puzzle together as we go. And
there's one more line
figuring it out. I feel like by the end of the next verse, we're going to be like, okay, I understand what Tina was trying to tell us all those years ago.
I can tell you this, that we're going to go through one more line that gives us some substance. And then after that, Tina just goes all in with, whoa, what's love got to do for the rest of the song? So we're going to hear this remainder of substance, let the song play out in its entirety, and then really dissect the remainder of this song and figure out exactly, Tina, the hell are you saying, girl?
But I have to say, I've been thinking about my own protection. It scares me to feel this way. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Got to do with it. One love, but a sweet old-fashioned notion. What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Ooh, got to do with it. What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?
Before we give you 100% credit on your absolutely spot-on interpretation of what the song means, could we just give a shout-out to whatever that instrument is in the background there?
You literally just stole exactly the first thing I was going to go to.
What is this, harmonica or flute or whatever the fuck it is? Who's saying that? Do they have it in the fucking artist like
That
who the whistler
was an instrument that was all over the place in the 80s. The 80s loved that, and then they just got away from it. I've never heard it again since. I don't know what that is, because me and you both keep doing like the air instrument of it, but we don't know what it is, so we're like kind of playing it like it's an oboe or something. Like we don't know what it is. A lot of
pinky twang.
Yeah, a little pinky thing over here every time the notes like flutter. But yeah, I love that instrument. And there's sort of this like, that like the 80s had.
They love that sound. We got to figure out.
Yeah, there's a lot of Janet songs that had. There's so many times in the 80s that was like a popular thing. And it's one of the things that makes 80s music what it is. But I've never known what that instrument is. I actually think that you came kind of close to it when you triggered something in my brain when you said harmonica. I think that might be like you know how
a version of it, but
yeah, you know how sometimes they like put like a little like filter on the harmonica and it can kind of change the sound of it because it's not a regular harmonica sound.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's what it is. Maybe. That's actually I think
very harmonic.
It's very harmonic.
But
absolutely.
Let's go back to the original. Dude, I think you called it. She's been taking on a new direction, so she's trying to be a new guy. Mm-hmm. But she has to say. She's been thinking about her own protection, so protecting herself from like whatever happened in her past.
Wonder what
it scares her from feeling the way she does about getting into this new relationship, which is exactly what you said the whole time, Steve. Mm-hmm. You fucking read through the lines, because I swear to you, when we first started getting into this, I was like, the fuck is she talking about? Which is usually how I feel about these things. And you're somehow able to decipher through what Tina had to say, through what most artists have to say. And man, that's why I give you, that's why you're a dissect DJ.
Do I get 5 slaps on that?
I mean, as far as your...
I'm just going to pretend you gave me 5 slaps.
5 slaps as far as you answering and figuring out what this song meant?
As my dissection went.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you 5.
Yeah! It is. That's not what we're giving Tina. That was just for me. That's for me.
That's for Castle Answer.
Don't get too excited, Tina.
Yeah, watch out, Tina. We may not.
Hold off.
It, honestly.
You might get it.
It got me hype, but it didn't give me that hype. And if you possibly get 5 stars, because of that whistle, flute, harmonica thing.
Yeah, okay? That's gonna give you at least a snap. We will see. I still don't get why the whole thing is about what's love got to do with it. It really makes me feel like she's talking about how she's trying to protect herself. She really clearly doesn't want to get hurt. She's trying to protect her emotions. But saying what's love got to do with it is such like a broad stroke of not opening yourself up to what might be really in front of you, might be the emotion that you've needed to get over this past experience that you've had, and just asking what it is. It feels like it should be like an easy answer. Like if a girl asked me that I was like becoming, enamored with, and we were really starting to like go places together and like have these great experiences, and then she came at me with that, I'd be as dazed and confused as she is when I'm walking around a dope concert or an amusement park.
I see what
or
you
a cool event. Like I'd be like, what kind of a question is that? Like what are you telling me that just because you had your heart broken in the past that now you just don't need a heart anymore? Like, and now you don't think love has to do with anything in the rest of your life? And you're like, well, that part of me is done. Like my whole love experience is just gone. I'm not going to be able to do that again. So
gotcha. Yeah,
let's just have opposites attract affection. That's all we got. That's all this is.
Let me tell you, there's 2 different versions I see of what's love got to do with it. One I see with my girlfriend. I'm like, what's love got to do with it? Everything I do is like with love, and everything is what love got to do with it.
Absolutely.
And then I think of my single days. What's love got to do with it? Not a single fucking thing. And then love didn't mean shit, dude. I was just slamming it out. You know what I mean? So this is like the different in life. It's love got everything to do with what I'm doing now, and then previous love didn't do shit. So it's a good question, Tina.
So she's caught in that that kind of in between right there, where it really
she either wants to give her all or give nothing but still bang. I get it.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. What's love but a sweet old-fashioned notion?
See, sweet old-fashioned nothing. That's banging.
Notion. Like
lotion.
No.
Motion in the ocean.
Stop. Don't do the sound effects, please. So
hubba hubba.
It's interesting because this is like, on the surface, it sounds like a love song. Because she keeps saying the word love. The love is all over the place, right? And it sounds like a song that you and your partner would really want to like dance to and have a good time to, and maybe like, you know, feel some strong affection towards as listening. But she is really trying to go against the grain of love the whole time. In fact, calling love nothing but a sweet old-fashioned notion, as though it's just this old concept that existed way back in the day that is no longer like a thing that like anybody believes in. Like we don't actually think that's a real thing, right? It's an old concept. Obviously, that's old-fashioned thought that, you know, we've all come like the way that she's kind of generalizing the idea of like not being open to love as a general emotion that like everybody should just understand. It's very interesting because it feels like a song that was created at a very specific time in somebody's life when they were really, what's the word I'm trying to think of here? Don't try to help me because you always start giving me bad answers.
Dude, I had so many random vocabulary words go to my head.
Yeah.
Flabbergasted.
I know. Burnt out on the idea of
Flabbergasted, dude. That was perfect. I had it.
Burnt out is definitely a better one.
Real quick, I would like to.
But I wasn't finished though. They're burnt out on love, but like the fact is, like this is a very specific portion of a person's life, and they kind of put this thing out as like a lifelong ballad, right? A jam that everybody can listen to forever and always like feel some sort of way about. And the thing about this emotion that she's going through, and I've been there, believe you've been there, it tends to be a passing phase. It tends to be a thing that hopefully is for a short period of time and doesn't linger with you too long, but there's no real timetable as to how long this actually might stick with you. So I actually think it's interesting that we got Tina in this phase. I believe this might have been when she was after her divorce with Ike Turner, I think. Don't quote me on that. I haven't done the research on that. But I feel like this may be around when this has. So that might speak to some of the feelings that are coming out. And I know that they had a very tumultuous marriage.
It's a good word.
So the fact that we got these kind of raw emotions from one of our great artists of yesteryear and just like the 70s and the 80s and like even back to the 60s, I believe, and then continued on. Like literally, like we grew up in the 90s and Tina was still a very strong presence that I remember seeing all the time. And so the fact that we got this raw emotion from her at a time when most people might not be down to actually write their feelings down and put it out there and make some crazy music to it. And she gave us this blissful jam as a result that literally ended up being like the most off-the-charts jam she ever created. I applaud. You know, these aren't my claps. I'm just applauding.
I hear
right
you.
now.
And that would be great if she's the one that wrote it, but the songwriters were actually Graham Lyle and Terry Britton. So
okay, take away everything I just said.
Had nothing to do with her feelings whatsoever.
Well, then what's love got to do with it?
Nothing. She just was, whatever. As normal.
You were going to say something. I don't want to take it away.
No, I just was listening to what you said, and I was like, you know what? If she wrote this, then you're right. It probably was about her and Ike and all this. But then I looked at it, and it's Graham Lyle and Terry Britton and some.
Well, now I'm more confused than ever.
Well, you know what?
I don't know what love's got to do with it, folks.
Well, give me your slaps and snaps as far as
wait. Before we get to slaps and snaps, give me the top 3 things that come to your mind when you first think of Tina Turner.
I think of her dancing. I think of this song randomly, and I think of her tumultuous relationship with Ike.
Yeah,
and because there was a lot of jokes and stuff that were like made in comedy.
Yeah, in the 90s, our younger audience might not be able to relate to this, but when we grew up in the 90s,
it was like a constant joke.
Ike Turner was a very constant joke as like an abusive husband. I remember watching,
isn't that crazy? It was a joke of like abusive husband. Yeah,
I remember like Mad TV, SNL. Like he was their failed relationship was brought up a lot in like the comedy circles, and like it was referenced a lot. Like I only knew Ike Turner based on
he must have been like out there with it, like for
well,
that many people to joke about. He must have been just in public, like what?
Very known.
What? Like just
yeah. something that was in the 90s and you would never see again.
By the way, I don't joke about this. My mother was beaten in her first marriage, so we're getting deep quick. But so I'm not trying to say I make a joke about this, but my goodness, there was so many jokes in the 90s about this thing. It was like, why are you guys making fun of the fact that this woman was beat by this man?
Yeah,
that's funny though. It was funny. I mean, I think Eddie did it in one of his.
It's a different time for comedy.
That's it.
So my 3 things that I think of with Tina was, one, she had iconic hair.
Oh, yeah, the big hair usually.
She had that hair that was like
She's
long,
big
but
presence,
still
big
like
presence.
tall.
She used to take over a stage.
Yeah, and that was the other thing is her stage presence with her. Her. I always remember she always wore these really short skirts. Like I always remember, even like as a kid, I would be watching it, I'd be like, "What?" It feels like, it almost feels like she forgot to wear pants. Like when she would be on stage, like she would wear these really short skirts, but like then just kind of not the way you would necessarily see that now. The way it was a different kind of like dress. It was almost like it was short, but then somebody just like snipped around the edges. Like it didn't like form fit the way you would see like a tight dress now. And that was her style though. It would always be very flashy, very shiny. And then the other thing would be just like you. What's Love Got to Do with It? A song that I grew up with, just sticks in your head. This is just one of those songs you hear on the radio when we were kids that just always sticks with you. It's one of those ones that like I could have not heard for 20 years, and then I hear it again, and I'm like, oh my God, I remember that song. Like you don't forget this song, and you might not actually think about what it means, and that's what we're here to do. The Dissect DJs dissect What's Love Got to Do with It. And you know what? It's got a lot more than I think Tina wants to recognize. It's kind of got a lot to do with it. Right. I do need my heart, Tina. Give it back to me.
Slaps and snaps. What do you got? Wow.
Yeah. That was a 3 slaps. You know what? Tina was a legend. I'm going to give her another snap for that. And that instrument, I'm going to give another snap to that. So that combined equals a 4th snap. Because 1 snap equals half a slap. So that was me mathing it out in real time. And 4 slaps. What's love got to do with it? What you got? Two slaps and like a kind of a aggressive hit against the microphone. I'm actually afraid to ask why you hit them. So, I don't know if I want to know.
I don't want to get into it, man. My brain had this funny skit that I was going to get into, and it's like, it's just not appropriate.
Do you want to do
one
it again?
Those times. No, that's exactly what I wanted.
I know you, and you're gonna tell me tomorrow, like, hey, can you actually take that part out?
Yeah, that's why I don't want to do this.
You're gonna do that.
I was about to go off for like a 30 seconds.
Do y'all don't understand?
You get two slaps.
How many times as the editor of Dissect DJs?
Because you got to go off on these things.
Justin,
and then sometimes
Justin goes out of his mind when he's going and he's talking, and then the next day he's like, hey, you have to take that out, actually.
Yeah,
and then I have to figure out how to edit it so that I can seam it together. And right now you're doing it on the slaps, and that I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be able to edit around that.
All right. It was just two slaps because it reminds he did this song. And their relationship reminds me of my mother's first marriage, and then we're going to stop right there. Jesus. Okay? And there it is. So, that's it.
How are we supposed to follow that up? How
That's
are we supposed to
sad.
go out on that?
It's very dissecting. Okay. It's dissecting my life, my childhood, and my trauma.
Oh, wow. What about Tina's trauma? That's what we're here to do. We're dissecting Tina's trauma, which is what the song is clearly all about.
I don't have any love for that. That's why love has nothing to do with it.
Hey, who needs a heart if a heart can be broken? Next! I do. I need a heart. Real bad.